We can't do this to the employers who employ us. They'll fire us the next day. But it is easy to do it to Allah and to the Prophet whom we love so much. Because why? Nobody's taking exam of us. I'm a believer, you're a believer. What do we have to produce? Nothing. Anytime a society operates like this, it's operating against the natural flow of life. In life, everything is accountable for. And the Qur'an tells us that accountability is something we should not wait till we near to die and take account. Oh my God, I didn't know the results, the balance sheet is so bad, the financial statement is so horrible. Can I get an extra year that I can undo? No, sorry, time up. When do we have to take stock? We have to take stock as often as is possible. Accountants know about financial statements, balance sheet. We need to do stock taking before it is taken of us. All of us have the capability. We can make a difference in this country by being different, in the sense that the world don't see us as ritualists, that the world see us as human beings who have focused on a lofty life, lofty values, lofty principles. That's what's needed. We don't need more people dressing like Muslims. I'm sorry to say that. We don't need more people dressing like Muslims, men or women. Those don't help anybody. We need more people living like Muslims, whose values, whose principles, whose examples, whose presence become assets, not whose presence are questionable and who quite often demonstrate how a liability they are to society. I leave this with myself and you. And I ask you, do not be like the ones as if they did not hear sense and intelligence. I know very well what I say to you. And I know we are all accountable. I first as well as you. I have a family, I have friends, I have relatives. I have a lot of people who look to me. And you too, you are fortunate. You have families, you have friends, you have relatives. You have a lot of people who look up to you. Let us don't let them down. Let us make a difference in the life that we live. And we can only do that by changing from being a ritual Muslim, from being an unintelligent Muslim, from being a non-productive Muslim, to being a Muslim who has got to change the predicament of his own life and her own life. Who's got to change to become somebody who deals with a creator that is super intelligent and will not accept anything but sense and intelligence. This Allah is not an unintelligent creator. So you cannot go to Allah and say, Yasin, Kafha, Ya Ain Sad, and you don't know what you're talking. This is not what Allah wants. Allah wants that whatever you say, you know. And you know what is expected of you and me. This idea that reading a whole chapter of the Qur'an or 3 verses, this is the manufacture of people. This is nowhere. What the Muslims need is not to be told this. The Muslims need to be told, listen, wake up. Understand that Islam expects you. If you want to be a Muslim, you have got to change your old ways. You have got to change your cultural religion. You have got to change your traditional religion. You have got to change your stagnated religion. You have got to change your non-productive religion. You have got to change your life where you messed around with your family, waste the talents and opportunity of your children, and you become a number in society. Let your life count, O Muslims. We are all accountable and responsible and liable for that. It's not me alone, you too. We are all in the arena of performance. And that's what is important to me and you. It is the results. It is the results of our lives. I hope I have not spoken except to people with a conscience, with an intelligence, and who have room in their lives to consider what was said. I trust that what was said will benefit me. And I hope you too will find benefit in it. Let us reflect and seek protection with Allah so that we are not punished by our actions. This is the meaning of istighfar. Istighfar doesn't mean to say, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. That does mean so. Istighfar has two meanings. If you study the Arabic language, any Arab who knows the Arabic language, or any student of the Arabic language knows that one part of the verb means to take evasive action so that you do not go under for lack of that. So when we say we seek forgiveness of Allah, it's not a mouth expression. We must take evasive action from the course of action that has led us to our downfall. We must change course. And I told you before, the helmet that the non-Muslim countries have instituted as a way of riding is called maghfara. It doesn't mean to seek forgiveness. It means adopt something that will prevent you from suffering the previous consequences. فَاسْتَغْفِرُوهُ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. Brothers and sisters, in conclusion, Allah tells us in the Qur'an in Surah Ma'idah, chapter 5, 105, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, O you who have committed yourself to secure all the assets of life and to give security to others. Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. And the greatest asset to be secured is divine relationship. If you and I are careless about securing our relationship with Allah, you can imagine we are in serious trouble. So the Qur'an says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu. This ya in the Arabic language is to wake up people who are asleep. It's the vocative article in the English grammar. It's harfun nida bi lughat al-Arabiyyah. It means, oh you, all of you. That means me and you. Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, who have committed themselves to the characteristics of Iman, which is not something you prattle with the tongue. Amantu billahi wa malaikatihi. This is not Iman. That is cheap words. Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, alaykum anfusakum. You are responsible for yourself. Alaykum anfusakum. Don't go to imams and sheikhs and muftis and maulanas and people of masjids and think they are responsible for your welfare. It's up to you to decide to choose who to lead you. If you're half blinded, you will choose somebody half blinded perhaps. If you're people of sense and intelligence, you will look for somebody with sense and intelligence. And the leaders of the Muslim community reflect the quality of the community. And they're both intertwined. So the Qur'an says, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, alaykum anfusakum. Be responsible for yourself. Don't blame anybody else. Oh, I would have been a better Muslim if it wasn't that neighbor. No, you can't do that. I'm accountable for myself. You're accountable for yourself. Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, alaykum anfusakum, la yadurrukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. La yadurrukum man dalla idha ihtadaytum. Nobody will harm you. Nobody will cause you to go astray if you choose to pursue the path of guidance. If you and I pursue the path of guidance with our heart, our soul, our mind and our might, who is there to cause us to be misguided? Who is the cause for the Muslim to be in misguidance today? Almost every, fi kulli buq'atin min al-alam, in every corner of the world. Who is the cause for this? I know the Muslims want to blame